In this video, we are going to show you everything that nobody tells you about Chicago. These are the truths that only those who have visited and come back several times discover and practice. And that can totally change your experience if you know them before you go. We are going to talk about the extreme climate, the real size of the city, hidden costs, safety, culture, transportation, and tourist traps. Let us go. Chicago is one of the most surprising cities in the United States, but it is also one of the most full of myths and misunderstandings. The Instagram photos only show the skyscrapers shining in summer, but the reality of Chicago is much more complex. Those who travel without information may end up spending much more than planned, getting disappointed with some choices, or simply coming at the wrong time of year. Let us demystify. First truth. The climate is the most important factor for planning the trip. Chicago has 4 very distinct seasons, but winter is brutal. Between December and March, temperatures are often below freezing, with wind chill of -20 or -25 degrees Celsius on some days. The phenomenon called polar vortex can put the city into a state of emergency, with heavy snowfalls that paralyze everything. Locals call this Chiberia. Summer, between June and August, is the opposite, with temperatures between 77 and 91 degrees Fahrenheit, very humid and full of incredible festivals. The best times to visit are May, June, September, and October, when the weather is perfect. Second truth, the real size and distances. Chicago is the 3rd largest city in the United States, with over 600 square kilometers. But the good news for tourists is that practically everything of interest is concentrated in a small area, around the Loop, Magnificent Mile, River North, and Lincoln Park. You can walk between Millennium Park, Willis Tower, and the Magnificent Mile in half an hour. But if you want to visit Hyde Park, Pilsen, Wicker Park, or Andersonville, you will need to use the L train. Distances between neighborhoods can be greater than they seem on the map. Third truth, hidden costs. The Chicago sales tax is one of the highest in the United States, around 10.25%, added to the price of practically everything. Restaurants add a mandatory tip between 18 and 22%. The city hotel tax is one of the highest in the world, around 17.4%, added to the room rate. Many hotels also charge a destination fee of $30 per night. Add all this, and your budget goes up almost 30% without noticing. So plan well before traveling. Fourth truth, the safety question. Chicago has a bad reputation due to news of violence in some regions, but it is important to separate myths from reality. Tourist areas like the Loop, River North, Magnificent Mile, Lincoln Park, and Wrigleyville are very safe, with constant policing and full of people. Violence in Chicago is concentrated in some specific regions of the south and west of the city, areas that tourists have no reason to visit. The precautions are the same as any big city. Avoid walking alone at night in empty L train stations. Do not draw attention with valuables in sight, and use Uber instead of walking long distances after midnight. Fifth truth, the local culture can surprise you. Chicago has a very strong neighborhood pride. Each region has its own identity, and residents are fanatical about their neighborhood. There are unwritten cultural rules about food. Mainly, never ask for ketchup on a Chicago hot dog. It is considered a cultural sacrilege. Sports is a religion in the city, with the rivalry between Cubs and White Sox in baseball, and the passion for the Bears in American football, the Bulls in basketball, and the Blackhawks in hockey. And Chicago is the city of improv, with the famous Second City Comedy School that trained Tina Fey, Stephen Colbert, and Bill Murray. Sixth truth, the real logistics and transportation. The L train, which stands for Elevated Train, is the public transportation system of Chicago. It is one of the oldest in the United States, in operation since 1892. The trains pass above the streets, with that characteristic noise that became part of the city soundtrack. It is efficient, cheap, and covers the main tourist areas. The Blue Line connects O'Hare Airport to downtown, the Red Line connects south to north, passing through Wrigleyville, and the Loop is literally the name of the rail circuit that surrounds downtown. Use the official Ventra app to buy tickets and see schedules in real time. And where to stay, knowing all of this. Our recommendation is the Loop, the central heart of the city, with access to all L train lines, close to the main attractions, and completely safe. We created this custom map that explains exactly which is the best region. Staying in this area, you cannot go wrong. And in the video description and here in the QR code, we will leave the link to the page with this map, and with the hotels we have stayed at and recommend highly, including a hotel in the Loop where we stayed for an incredible price, super well located, close to Millennium Park and with easy access to everything. We saved a lot of money with that choice. Seventh truth, food and tourist traps. Deep dish pizza is wonderful, but it is considered a tourist food by locals. Chicagoans more often eat tavern-style pizza, a thin pizza cut into small squares, sold at neighborhood pizzerias. It is worth trying this version too. Another trap are the tourist restaurants on the Magnificent Mile, usually expensive and with average quality. The good restaurants are in the West Loop, Wicker Park, Pilsen, and Logan Square. And be careful with the famous Garrett popcorn. It is delicious, but the small tins cost $15 and tourists usually buy several without realizing the expense. Speaking of having good information to get around well, in the video description and here in the QR code, we will leave the link to the site we always use to buy tickets and tours for the lowest price. It is the largest tours website in the world and has practically everything there. Everything at the lowest price, and you can buy in any currency, saving on fees. And they have free tours that are great, including guided walking tours through the city neighborhoods. And remember that in this link below, we always organize everything you need to plan your entire trip at the lowest price. The sites we use to put together our trips with everything much cheaper, travel SIM card, travel insurance for half the price, tickets to all the attractions, good and cheap hotels we have stayed at, cheap car rentals, and the global account. And the links already include automatic discounts, so save and use this page that will make your trip much easier. And for those who are new here on the channel, you are very welcome. Our mission is to help you travel more and better around the world. If you are enjoying it, subscribe here on the channel and like the video. That helps us a lot. To finish, 4 final tips for mental preparation for Chicago. First, plan the trip between May and October. Outside that window, the weather can ruin the experience. Second, bring proper clothing for the wind. Chicago is known as the Windy City for a reason, and the wind that comes from Lake Michigan is constant and icy in any season. Third, forget the prejudices about safety. The tourist areas are very safe. Just follow the basic rules. Fourth, book the Architecture River cruise before even boarding the plane. It is the best attraction in the city and sells out weeks in advance. If you liked the video, like it and subscribe to our channel to travel more and better around the world. Thank you very much and have a great trip.